Hello Internet, my name is Max7238 and welcome back to the Tower of Purgatory, Floor 2. Now we did get something pretty interesting from the last boss. It's a variation of the double claw called the double horn, and it does come equipped with 2 extra, an energy gain, heat resist, and custom effect. And it can't actually be equipped on the head. You'll notice over there on the top left that each of these has little panels that are lit up, green and orange. The orange is where they're equipped, the green is where they can be equipped, and the double claw can either go on the head or the arms, whereas the double horn can go on the chest. The only weapon that I can have equipped on my chest right now, so that's where I've got it, though I usually do prefer to have it on my arm. I think it looks a bit cooler on the arm. But we're definitely going to be putting it to some good use. I did clear out the first room, just so that I could better demonstrate before we even get started that yes, there are 3 separate paths you can take for this floor. They do sort of intersect here and there, but largely they're separated. So here we go. See, the double horn there is going to actually help me start leveling up my impact a bit more often, because I am going to very often be getting kills with the double horn. It's very powerful. I'll comment on that beam rifle in a second. There's a hammer. I'd like to get a hammer or an axe on this floor. Hey, there we go, attack hammer. Okay. So, that beam rifle we ran into. That is going to be the first quantum weapon you run into. It should be doing just pure quantum damage. It's electricity attack, and it does allow you to move around while you're firing it. Unlike the previous game, that means that we just ran into a quantum weapon on the 2nd floor very quickly. Unlike the last time where you had to wait for the plasma cutter, and that came in, I think, floor 3, and by then you'd already kind of been using other weapon types a lot more often. So this game does allow you to start specializing much earlier, which I think is a very good change in design. That enemy had the rocket punch. Let's see if we can actually get a hold of it. I think it's called rocket punch. Another submachine gun. Showed that off in the previous episode. Okay. That rifle interrupting me. Handing me a lot of submachine guns here. Generally, if you're just looking to see what each floor is like and that sort of thing, I'm going to be aiming for 1 challenge room very early on in each episode. So if you see the first challenge room and that's enough for you, by all means feel free to move to the next episode or end your watching there. I won't be offended, I promise. I was going to play through these games anyway. I figured I might as well record them, especially to get them out there. I did get an axe there. I'm really happy about that. Ooh. Hey, a repair system. That explains why he was a bit harder to kill than I would have expected. As much as I would like to go back and immediately equip that hammer that we grabbed there, or axe, I do... Hey, 2 enemies in 1 room, look at that. Now, if only they would actually attack me at the same time, it might be something of a threat. that would lead us into the next challenge room. I don't want to do that just yet. I would definitely like to edit the weapons that I have equipped, especially because now I've got a hammer, I've got an axe, I've got the double claw, or the double horn. I don't believe I've gotten anything else. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is where it starts. This door right here. This is where I'm, like, after this is where I'm going to put in the annotation to skip ahead to the boss. There's going to be doors like these more and more often in each floor. They're one way. Once I go through, I can't go through the other way, usually. So, I'm not going to be able to come through to the next room from here. It's locked. I have to come from the other side. Once I come from the other side, at least in this floor's case, then it will open up. But those are depicted on the map as those red arrows, as opposed to just a square. So, let's head back to the main room now. We got a lot of stuff. Here, let me show off the beam rifle real quick. I can use it while I'm moving around. Shoots at a steady pace. Again, not going to be using any projectiles for this playthrough. Don't really have anything else to put on my arm, so I guess that'll be that for now until I can get a hold of something like a broad blade for an uppercut. Gotta keep the double horn where it is, nothing else I can do about that. And the repair system will introduce another mechanic that I need to talk about, which is on the far left-hand side of each of the item displays, the number of slots it takes up. The repair system actually takes up 2 slots, as opposed to the energy pack's 1. So, I can't actually equip that unless I were to upgrade my legs to have a 3rd slot. And I don't really have enough elixir skin to be doing that, and it's also not very wise for me to be doing that this early. I don't really need 3 slots for anything until a little bit later. So we'll dump some there into heat resist and get back at it. This guy's got a broad blade, so I actually will take a whack at him. Got it! Alright, well, before we continue, I'm actually going to be equipping that. Oh yeah, we're doing very well now. Now that I've got something to replace this double claw, I most certainly will be replacing the double claw. Broad blade. Alright. Yeah, we'll get our fair share of, grapple. I'm not going to focus too much on the grapple stat right now, because later on, through the run, we'll be getting a weapon that very much aids in gaining grapple. Oh, 2 new weapons there. One of them's a shield. About time. Drill claw. That was a plasma cutter. Yeah, this is much better. We got a lot more explosive attacks now. There's one of those one-way doors. Yeah, I actually can't come through there at all unless I'm on the other side. This is an outdoor area that's kind of connected. You can see on the mini-map back there where the other part would be. Is that going to be your rocket launcher? No. It's going to be another shield. Ah, an acceleration system. Okay, I do want to make kind of a distinction between some of the shields that we got here. There's the regular kite shield and the new kite shield. One ought to be a bit better than the other in terms of defense. Or not. That's interesting. So let's see. Kite shield. Shield with AI cells that have been shaped for defense. Reduces the damage of physical attacks and completely negates physical and electronic attacks in guard mode. In other words, when it's equipped to your arm and you're actually actively using it. Movement speed is slightly reduced. Movement speed is not reduced in guard mode, so there's the difference. We got ourselves another locked door there for whatever reason. Alright, let's head for that middle challenge room first. Or not. Burn the locked doors all over the place. You don't want to be like me and have too many weapons with blowback, just because it'll break your combo unless you're close enough to the wall. Case in point. Go. Well, I was aiming for the middle room, but this floor is a little wonky, so... Yeah, the 7.62 was one of my primary weapons in the previous game, and you'll get to see how it changed now if you watch the old playthrough up to the new one. And as soon as this guy stops running away from me, maybe we'll actually get into a fight here. Alright, he dropped a plasma cutter. This is going to be another one of those rooms at the end with a bunch of locked doors in it, or one-ways. Yep, see, there we go. So now we can't get in there until we find our way around. I'm actually not going to be warping back to the main room this time. I'm going to do a little bit of filling in here. Oh, I actually didn't notice that if I could talk. I didn't notice that happened. Our legs actually have gained a little bit more energy gain, so now I have 3 refills on this one energy pack. So even if I were to run into a beta energy pack, I don't think that I would switch because it would probably just be exactly the same number, even though it would be more upgraded. Yeah, that's one thing about the double claw. It probably says that in the description for the weapon, but... or double horn, I should say. Using it in combo attacks does greater damage. So the further into the combo I actually activate this double horn, the more damage it does. And it can get pretty intimidating. So there's one way, that'll just lead into the teleporter room, and I doubt it will let me come back. Okay, it will. Cool. Yep, and that's another one-way door, and we can't come through it. That door will not open until I actually come through from the other side. So it can be a little convoluted to fully clear floors in this game. I didn't get a good look at you, don't know what you're carrying, that's okay, don't want to fight you anyway. Where are you going? That would be my alarm for waking up in the morning. Sorry about that. I just miss it. Yeah, ordinarily I record after work, but this time I got up ridiculously early for no reason, so I just kind of figured I might as well do something productive. Neither of these seems to lead into a locked room, so that's because they both lead to the same place. Okay, then. Mine's better. Alright, we just cleared through one of the locked doors from before. Oh, will I be able to come back is the question. Great. Well, I just made the wrong choice. That's okay. I'm definitely going to be cutting this episode. So I'm not going to be able to actually go back through there, which means I would have to come all the way around. Although it does seem like I might be able to come all the way around through here. I'm going to ignore you for a second. See if I can actually get back around. And I can. Okay. Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Thought I just majorly screwed up. But okay, so that means that we'll be able to clear through that little center area there. I'm mainly focusing on trying to finish enemies off with this double horn, because I do want to get it upgraded as soon as possible. The more enemies I kill with it, the faster it'll upgrade. Though I do want to use the H.E.A.V.E.N from time to time to also level up my slash. Alright, so there we go. We got most of that done. The only way we're going to be able to finish off the other side there is if we can get through to that center challenge room. So now I'm going to kind of keep moving through this side and see if I can't fill in the entire south end here. That way all I have to do is just run through the center and we'll be good to go. There we go, it's Mach Punch. Excuse me. Yeah, we probably won't be using that all too much. Just because it's a single shot, single hit weapon. And although it is a ranged attack, that is technically melee, I don't find them all to be particularly useful. Although it might be a good change for the H.E.A.V.E.N, because the H.E.A.V.E.N has knockback, whereas the Mach Punch does not. Homing missiles. Alright, so now we just aim for the center and we'll be done. That's okay. I don't need to fight you right now. Okay, got a little bit to show off here. I don't know why I didn't just hit the button instead of using a speed up there. Okay, so... Oh, there's another reason not to use the Mach Punch. It takes up 2 slots. Okay, here, let's equip some of this stuff to show it off. Best one equipped on the head. Excuse me. I'm not going to be equipping the control claw there. We'll put some gun types there then. Okay, so Mach Punch, we got, I believe we can actually combo it. Yep. And then, one of my old favorites, used to put that on my head in the previous game. And the Plasma Cutter. These actually home in on the enemy as long as you're locked on. And you do get some Plasma Cutters later on that you can charge up and then fire, and it'll fire a wave of those little homing attacks. As much as I would like to keep it around, you know what, I'm not going to actually restore it to Elixir, but at the same time, I'm not going to use it just yet. It might come in handy to keep it around till later. But yeah, just to show that this actually is what I used to use, see, there it is. Same model. Now that I've got a second attack hammer, I can put it on there in case I run out of ammo. I'd like to kind of keep my attacks consistent. So now that we've got a kite shield, that'll come in handy for a boss fight. And I will continue to have the heat axe on there for now. Alright, now. Show off some of these. This is a rocket launcher, as you can plainly see. Single shot. Oh, dual shot. Pardon me. You can still move around while firing it. It is not homing. It does move very fast. It's pretty hard too. And then we've got the basic homing missiles. Fires in about 3-round bursts. And they will track the enemy fairly well. What do you know, the Plasma Cutter can actually go on the chest, so just in case I do run out of ammo or something, or I need something else, I'll put it on. And the acceleration system. Something else that it would be good to be able to switch between. So yeah, just to show this off, it does change the way that I move, and we will find some energy packs later on that will allow me to do that as well. It just won't cost any energy, whereas moving around with those things does cost energy. Yeah, and we're up to 4 for our energy packs. You probably noticed that I could actually hit the square button down there to change the color of this thing. I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to look like anything else, and I do believe that this is the only time. This is the main character is the only one that can have this exact color scheme. If I hit the button, then I start looking like a bunch of the AI, and I don't want to do that. We got some pretty, like, we're halfway through grapple down there. Only a little bit through slash and even less into impact. None into quantum. I haven't found anything for quantum except for the Mach Punch just yet. But we are going to aim for that last challenge room and head for the boss. I'll worry about filling in the floor afterwards, and I suppose that'll be where I start cutting the episodes. Still used to the old game, hitting select to try to bring up the map. I and I forgot to show off the drill claw, but that guy's using it, so... Alright, we have connected. So, let's head on in. This is the last challenge room for floor 2. This game is teasing me with those 7.62s, because I really want to use them. I love doing bullet-type playthroughs. But melee combat is just so much more rewarding in this game. Well, that went by fast. Did I just kill that guy in one combo? I swear I did. We're not going to test fate and try to go through the other way. We're just going to go through here real quick, because that'll open up that door in the center there. Okay, and I can go back that way anyway, so... let's go ahead and clear this room. And I got a shotgun, which I would be really happy about if I could use it. And no, I'm not going to complain about that the whole time. I'm just lamenting about it right now. What? This isn't a challenge room, but I'm fighting a challenge boss right now. Hey, kite armor. That'll come in handy. And actually, that means that I can switch... oops. It means I can switch it out. Instead of having this plasma cutter on my chest, I'll actually have some armor. That's very, very useful. Alright, so now all of those are done. That's actually every single room in the floor as well, so... we are good to go for the boss. Actually managed to clear this floor even faster than the previous. So there's that, kite armor. Means I can get rid of this. And I did not show off the drill claw like I was supposed to, so here we go. Little distance closer. Like the only distance closer we have right now, but at the same time, I don't particularly care for it, so I'm not going to use it. And the shotgun, of course, is a shotgun. Attacks over a wide radius, much better in close range. If I remember correctly, in this game it's actually good for interrupting the enemy's attacks. Looks halfway decent too. We got a bunch of elixir skins, so... You know what? I actually am going to spend the elixir skin to jump that up to 3 so that I can put the repair system on underneath instead of the acceleration system. Because that will be much more handy. So we got our kite armor. I have the new kite shield equipped already. Alright, so we have to be good to go. We can swap actively in battle, should I need to. Like Han. This guy was highly respectable in the last game. Ah, okay, I remember this one. back over to the double horn and the heat axe. I don't need to block from this guy. Oh there. Yeah, this is a melee-focused boss. He's not going to stand a chance. We'll run into some bosses later that are range-focused, and they're going to pick me apart. Oh. So that's what it is on his head. Oh, let's corner you. No, come here. No, go get in the corner. Ah. Too many of my weapons have blowback. It would be really useful to me if you would just sit in the corner. Off with your head. Well, the last guy called you boss. Heat sword. Alright everybody, that was floor 2. Thanks for watching, I'll pick it up in the next part.